runs less.
Well, I want to come to Anthony Richardson's defense. I've been hard on.
You've been hard on him.
I've been hard on him.
I thought you were just going to be like coming to his defense. I'm like, he played great when he was in. I mean, I don't.
No. People on the internet, on the World Wide Web, have been trash talking Anthony Richardson, and of course, Joe Flacco had that amazing year last year with the Browns, took him to the playoffs, and now Colts fans are like, he's going to do it for us now. Okay, calm down. Here's the thing with Anthony Richardson. Your best player currently on your team, the X factor on the Indianapolis Colts offense, is Jonathan Taylor. And you need the team surrounding Jonathan Taylor that is going to elevate Jonathan Taylor to be the best player that he is going to be. And the Colts have a ton of offensive talent. Michael Pittman Jr., phenomenal. He got it together last week with Anthony Richardson, threw some balls to him. Joe Flacco threw some balls to him. It was the Michael Pittman Jr. we expected to see. But Jonathan Taylor, there is a specific trend that we have talked about. When Jonathan Taylor gets carries, the Indianapolis Colts win football games. And that trend continued against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Jonathan Taylor had 21 attempts, 81 yards, averaged 4.2 yards per carry, and he had 1 touchdown. Not his best game at all. The last 2 weeks, he's crossed 100 yards. But, and there was that Packers loss that we yelled about and I thought was awful. But anyway.
Yep.
Anthony Richardson. When Anthony Richardson is in the game, people have to spy for him. They have to put a linebacker or a corner on someone to spy for him because he will take off with the ball. Defenses know that. That takes away from being able to cover from Jonathan Taylor taking off with the ball. You have 2 rushing threats in the backfield then.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Flacco does not bring that same threat. And it makes...
So wait, people are calling for Joe Flacco to start?
Oh, yeah. People want Joe Flacco to start over. Because, don't get me wrong, Anthony Richardson has not been great. He hasn't been... I understand, in the Chris Ballard era of football, in the we like who we got era of football with Indianapolis Colts fans, you guys are frustrated. I understand that. I get it. And I get AR was supposed to be this huge prospect. You spent a high pick on him and everything. But he hasn't really played football. This is his 20th. This was his 20th start since high school.
Mm-hmm.
You have him. You have Anthony Richardson right now. And if he is good to go against Jacksonville, he should start against Jacksonville because Jacksonville is struggling. Jacksonville hasn't won since last November. So this could be an easy game for Anthony Richardson to come back in against a divisional rival, get his confidence back. It elevates Jonathan Taylor. Because be honest. Can you see Joe Flacco running with the ball? Joe Flacco, who is 8 days younger than Anthony Richardson's mom. Can you see him lumbering around? He is not your future. He's not the Indianapolis Colts' future.
Yeah, but I think the Colts are in that same mentality that some other teams are in, and they just had that win now mentality. Some of the Colts fans, I'm not saying all Colts fans, but I think some of them are in that mentality where it's, we should win now. We're struggling. Anthony Richardson needs to sit behind Joe Flacco and have him start. I mean, obviously he had a good season last year with Cleveland, but I wouldn't necessarily bench Anthony Richardson unless it's a warranted injury. I mean, Deshaun Watson is just a not good quarterback. He's bad. I mean, I don't think Anthony Richardson is bad. I just think, like you said, he's an inexperienced quarterback that just needs a little bit more time to get developed. I mean, like I said, he looked pretty good. I mean, Pittsburgh could not stop him in the Colts game. He got hurt, unfortunate circumstances, but I think that he probably would have even blown us out more, and they may have even pulled him at a point because he probably would have been killing us. I mean, we couldn't stop him. And I think he finally got his feet wet, and I think he was looking better. I think he figured it out. I mean, he had some bad games. I mean, like I said, he looked good in the Houston game week 1, and he looked pretty good against Pittsburgh before he got hurt, and I'm sure he's going to have a couple games this season where he's going to show signs of light. And I think also that second year season, no matter what quarterback you are, you have a little bit of your ups and downs. I mean, I thought CJ Stroud was going to be that MVP candidate this year, and he seems to be having that little bit of a slump, and he played all year last year. And Anthony was hurt, and maybe he's still trying to get whatever it was, like an arm tendon injury or whatever it was. I don't really remember what the injury was, but he's trying to get his arm back to where it was, and eventually over time, then maybe he will be. I mean, it takes a little bit of time. Sometimes those injuries re-aggravate, but if you're a Colts fan, I wouldn't give up. I mean, I think they're fine. What do you guys want it 2-2, 1-3?
They are the Indianapolis Colts are now 2-2.
Yeah. I mean, you're heading into October with a 500 record. I mean, you've lost some really, I mean, obviously some of them were tough games, but I mean, like, I feel like, it happens. So, I mean, I wouldn't give up. You got time.
No, and I don't think they're giving up. I just think there's fans that are tired of seeing Anthony Richardson not live up to the expectations. But
it's been 6 games total. He played 2 games last year and 4 this year. 3.5, I guess.
Right. And I'm with you. It's just, I mean, you spend a high first round draft pick and you expect them to come out. A lot of fans expect them to come out day one and be good to go. But
unfortunately, it's just it feels like there's always that one quarterback that breaks out. And I know that last year I feel like it would be probably Stroud from last year's draft class.
For sure.
And then this year, I mean, you probably Jaden Daniels. So, yeah. I mean, but I don't know what the Bears fans are thinking right now. I kind of want to hear what Bears fans think of Caleb Williams. Cause I mean, Colts fans, would you rather have Caleb Williams or Anthony Richardson at this point in the game? I mean, I don't know. What would you do, Josh? How would you handle a situation like that? Cause I mean, like, Anthony Richardson, although was hurt, and I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen a lot from Caleb Williams either. I mean, they've played almost about the same amount of games, respectively. So,
I'd rather have Anthony Richardson right now, assuming. I mean,
Caleb Williams could really pop off. I mean, he could have the weapons. I mean, right now he's really not utilizing some of his weapons, but I think over time he really could, and he could be really good. But like, I feel like at this stage in the game, like, Caleb Williams was a very high pick too, and it was the first overall pick for the Bears this year. And I don't know.
Anthony Richardson gives the Indianapolis Colts their best chance to win football games against these good defenses. Don't give up on him. If there's a legitimate injury where he needs to sit a game, I get that. But
you can trust in Flacco at that point.
Yeah, but let him just kind of do his thing. Honestly, if AR just tones back his arm a little bit, you guys beat the Houston Texans. There were plays where you could see it. You can watch the film. A.D. Mitchell should have had 2 touchdowns in that game. Now, A.D. Mitchell has not been what I thought he was going to be. He's been a bit of a letdown. But in that Houston Texans game specifically, he had two plays that should have been touchdowns, and he just got a little bit overthrown. And AR just needs to tone that arm back. Don't give up on Anthony Richardson. He's got the talent. He can be that guy.